Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jen. I wanted to talk to you about the time I was in a Bible study and I didn't know the true nature of this Bible study and who they were affiliated with until later on. And it happened to be with the South Korean cult called Shincheonji, translated to New Heaven, New Earth, or New Earth, New Heaven. I forget the exact translation. I should know, I'm Korean, but anyways, I wanted to speak on the matter of that it's not just vulnerable people and uneducated people who get suckered into cults. A lot of smart people who believe they cannot get manipulated and swayed into a cult absolutely can participate and join a cult. Even the teachers in the Bible study I was in were school teachers, psychologists, and well-rounded human beings who just got misled. And so to judge, because I feel like there is an unfair judgment and bias from people when I tell them I was participating with a cult and I got out of it. Like, I could feel the judgment. I ain't gonna lie, I could feel it. But I try to give them information like anybody could actually join a cult. It's very easy actually if there's a lot of love bombing and like deep committed relationships and a connection. People could easily get into things that they are not fully aware of. It doesn't even have to be a religious cult. It could be like hobbies and organizations, and like it could be political. It could be anything practically nowadays. And so before judging anybody who is an ex-cult member thinking they were like suckers or gullible or dumb, think to yourselves, like, what caused them to believe it? What was the lies? What was the persuasion? What was the manipulation? For me, it was because I believed my friend. She invited me and she said, I will totally love it. It came back where that I didn't. I really hated it actually after a while. I questioned it. I argued with her a lot. And when I finally realized who they were, I just told her, I refuse to believe my savior is some Korean old guy in South Korea who embezzled money from his own organization to live in luxury while everybody else had to live like slaves. I'm like, my Messiah, my Jesus does not do that. I'm like, and I told her to get out. It's a cult, but she's been in it for 2 years and she was so blinded by what she's learned and her, living it so deeply that it was just too hard for her to stop believing in it. And so instead of, my approach I think was pretty bad. I should have thought it through. But now that I know better, if somebody is in a cult, the best way is to just draw them out, just spending time with them, ask them questions, and then have them, just tell you what their belief system is and give a little bit of pushback, because if you challenge people, they're going to double down in their own belief system and you actually make them get more cemented in their belief system. So instead of doing that, make it an open space where there could be some genuine conversation, a safe place for people to just kind of open up and talk without feeling any condemnation. And I want to give a warning to anybody who's out there. If you get approached by a group of people saying they want to do Bible study with you through like in person or a Zoom link, and they won't tell you exactly who they are, Most likely than not, they're associated with Shinchonji. They will not tell you they are them in the beginning. I know some of the recruiters may do that, but most likely they won't. And if they're telling you, let's study the parables and the gospel, and let's figure out the secret of heaven, figurative language, and that they want to talk to you about Revelation and things like that, that is the classic teaching point of Shinchonji. Their theology is pretty minimal, and it's not really in depth. It's very shallow teaching. They think as a Christian, you're not really saved because you don't have the open word revealed to you. They said the Bible is more than just a moral teaching book and historical content book. They believe it has prophecy and fulfillment, and with those four folds and knowing the parables to decode what Revelation said through what Lee Man-hee, the founder of Shinchonji, says, then that is the only way for salvation. They believe that. They believe you have to be registered to their church, you have to believe what Lee Man-hee says, and you have to have the open word in order to truly be saved. And everything else is false teaching and is of the devil. So I know it sounds kind of far-fetched, but when you're studying with them for 2 hours at a time, 3 to 4 days out of the week, eventually they make you get so brainwashed you believe this stuff. And it's for like a good 9 months before you get recruited in. So they drill it into your head with all the teaching. They tell you to throw away your old way of thinking and accept a new way without really questioning it. Anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that and to be aware. I'm going to attach an article that my husband and I were featured in to make awareness of this cult. All right, guys. Thanks. Talk to you soon.